What's up YouTube, Jay Travellini here, and today I got a special video. This one's really good for me because I finally have another PC to build. My buddy Mark is ready to finally get his going, and these are all the parts laid out in front of me. And this video is going to be part one. I'm just going to go through all the parts and what I'm putting in it and some reasons why. I don't have a beer with me today. This is actually just a rum and coke. Probably move it because of the space issue, but it's in my drink beer, mine crypto pint glass though, which is in my merch store. If you're interested in any merch, I also sell some t-shirts, some mine crypto t-shirts. Like I said, it's in the link in the description below. You can pick that up. But let's start going through some of these parts. I'm really excited to get this build going. I've been storing, you guys probably saw this on my storage shelf for months now. I finally got the rest of the parts. They sent me funds to get it going. So let's go through it all. So the house this is, and I'll put in the link in the description all the parts from Amazon that I purchased, just in case you guys are interested, you can purchase them. But I went with a Leon Lee 011 case. I went with this case because I really liked it, and we went with white. We're doing a black and white theme on it, which you can tell by the parts. Like the motherboard is a white out one. But I really like this case, and I've been wanting to build in it for a long time. And when I sent it to him, he really liked the aesthetics of it and has pretty good airflow. So we went with this case for his build. I mean, this is not a cheap build. Over $2,000 invested into it in parts alone. But that's the case that we went with. Now, the motherboard that we ended up going with over here is a Asus Strix Z590 motherboard, and it is the white edition. When I build it, you guys will get to see that a lot more, but it's a very nice motherboard. I like it, the Asus products. I have a Max Hero 11 motherboard in my rig, and I really like that, or Max Hero 9, one of those. That houses my 9900K. And then on that, we have an i9. Now, this is the 10850K, so that gives him 10 cores, or is it? Yeah, 10 cores of processing power. So, I mean, this is a pretty good CPU. Now, I didn't go with the 11900K because I wanted to give him the extra 2 cores and 4 threads. The main purpose of this rig is for gaming. Now, he's very excited about Battlefield coming out. So, the 10850K was a good buy. I ended up purchasing this one at Micro Center for $320 plus tax. So not too bad. It's a little cheaper there than going to the store pretty much. Or not to the store, going online and getting it. Now, cooling this, he wanted to go with air, so we went with this. And I've never used this cooler before. And it's a Thermalright cooler. Now it does have 8 heat pipes and 2 fans and a push-pull method, and it's white, so that's why I kind of went with this cooler. But you know, since he wanted air, this was probably the best cooler option I could find other than an Arctic cooler. And I'm sorry, this says, I thought it was 8, but I think it says 6 anti-gravity heat pipes. So this will be cooling, and I think it'll be pretty good. Now, I did do a lot of research on this before I bought it, and I heard very good things about it. I heard this Thermalright company made some of the best coolers back years ago, but ever since then, Corsair and Noctua pretty much took over, and Corsair actually released an air cooler that I heard is pretty good, but it wasn't white, and I wanted a white cooler for this. Now, RAM-wise, up front here, we got Crucial Ballistics RGB RAM. Now, he wants the flash, so we went with the RGB. And these are 32 gigabytes, so it's 4 8-gigabyte sticks. I bought 2 16-gigabyte kits instead of just 2 32 because it was actually cheaper to buy it this way. And you really shouldn't have to upgrade more than 32 gigabytes. He's not doing any heavy rendering or anything like that. So 32 gigabytes will give him some, you know, future proof as far as later games coming on. And they are white sticks of RAM, as you can see. But these are actually 3600 megahertz. Now, 3200 megahertz would have been fine in this PC build, but I went with a little bit more because for the price, it didn't make a difference. And I think this was actually a little bit cheaper for the 3600 megahertz from memory than the 3200 megahertz memory of the same model, and I actually got it on a sale on Amazon. So one good thing about taking so long to get all the parts, I could wait for the sales and buy them when stuff was on sale. Now, storing everything is this. You guys saw this in another video of mine when I got it from Newegg, and I opened boxed it. This came with my 3060 in a package, but this is a 1 terabyte NVMe. Now, this is the Spatium M480 from MSI. It's a pretty good M.2. I've never used one. I usually stick to Samsung in my builds, but this one came in the package. We're going to use it in his build. I sold it to him for under MSRP because it came in that package, and I wanted the GPU. So he made out in that deal, but it's still a pretty fast pretty fast M.2 for when he's loading in games. One of the things I like to go with M.2s or even an SSD with gaming is you cut down on your load times pretty significantly from a hard disk drive. Now, powering this, we have an RM850X. Now, I got this on Amazon for about $150. Pretty good PSU. This is an 80 plus gold certified one, so it is pretty efficient. And I actually purchased a second one, which is on its way for a personal build for mine, for when I build my test bench. And I got the white model to power GPUs because I'll touch base actually on this in a second. Let's go to the GPU, because I know everyone's really wondering what's hiding back here GPU wise. But we have an RX 3070 Ti Gigabyte Aorus Edition. Now, I picked this GPU up during a Best Buy drop. I was able to snag it. I originally had purchased a 3070 for him, an EVGA one that I ended up wanting to keep for myself, but since he's just gaming and stuff, he's going to use this one, and this will actually give him better gaming experience than the 3070, so it actually is going to work in his favor. So he's got the 3070 Ti. Gigabyte Aorus is a pretty good one. It's one of the top of the line 3070 Ti's. Now, when I looked at spec sheets for minimum system requirements for Battlefield 2024, whatever it is coming out, they actually recommended a 3070 Ti in the rig, probably for the DLSS and ray tracing. I'm assuming they're recommending it for people that are gaming at 1440p at 144 hertz. So he's going to have that in his rig ready to go. So that brings me back to why I went with an 850 instead of a 750, because a 750 actually would have been okay for this rig to push this 3070 Ti, but I went with an 850 just in case somewhere along the lines he wants to upgrade his PC and just wants to put a GPU in it. He could actually run up to a 3090 then, or if he wanted a 3080 Ti and to give this GPU to his daughter, which is a high possibility, he can just put the 3080 Ti or 3090 in his rig and he won't have to upgrade his power supply then. I've done a few upgrades to GPUs where I had to upgrade the power supply just to get sufficient power, but he won't have that issue in this one. Now, the fans, I actually have 3 packs of 3 Leon Lee fans that are going to go into this PC, and they should all run off one controller. We went with 9 so I can have 6 intake. I'll have 3 across the bottom, 3 along the front / back part of it, and then 3 across the top, and that top row will be his exhaust. So it should keep his PC pretty cool. But those are all the parts that I'm using in this PC. I'm pretty excited to get it all together, so I'm hoping over the next week I can get this all put together and into it. It's been a while since I built a PC. Not that I need a refresher, but pretty excited to get this one going. But thanks for checking this video out. This is part 1. It'll probably 2 or 3 parts to this video of getting this PC together, but hopefully, like I said, within the next week or so I can have it together. But thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, check the merch store out in the description below. Stay tuned for more.